All right, everybody. Game 4 today is the 2 versus 3 semifinal. First one in the books earlier saw Team Red squeak out a narrow victory 4-3 over top of Team Gray. And really, since last night's game, we've had 4 straight thrillers that came right down to the very end. And we are hoping to see the same here in this black versus blue contest. And it always sounds like it's going to be a rough affair, black and blue. Starting with their rosters, we're going to introduce you to Team Black to begin with. Team Black's defenders, number 13, Brecklin Berry out of Saskatoon. Number 23, Logan Florent from Moose Jaw. Playing out of Prince Albert, number 24, Cody Kolcheski. From Saskatoon, Ollie Purdy wearing number 14. Number 2, Cyrus Shell from Benson. And number 16, Ryland Silvernagel, Pride of Bigger. Now your forwards, from Regina, number 11, Levi Baker. From Estevan, number 12, Caleb Desatel. From Saskatoon, number 7, Gray Fraser. Wearing jersey number 17, Jordan Hewitt, playing out of Carlisle. From Prince Albert, number 21, Nolan Keane. From the home right here in Martensville, number 8, Keaton Koschuk. From Saskatoon, number 9, Brooks Thompson. From Estevan, number 6, Jax Trombley. And from Nipawin, number 20, Keir Kendrick. And the goaltenders, number 31, Dexton Higgs from Saskatoon. And number 35, Quinn Hilmer, playing out of Pilot Butte. And your Team Blue roster. Once again, the defenders from Saskatoon, number 10, Mason Berry. From Prince Albert, number 47, Sean Franklin. From Saskatoon, Indy Maxick wearing jersey number 5. Number 15, Caden Montgomery from Swift Current. From Melfort, number 19, Bryden Schmier. From Saskatoon, number 56, Bennett Brown. And your goaltenders, from Regina, number 1, Damian Idzakovic. And number 35, from Saskatoon, Jace Coruscant. There's your 34 contestants in this final game number 8, which is the 2 versus 3 game. We already know who the first challenger for the gold medal game is going to be, and that is Team Red, having gone through the tournament completely undefeated. Now we're looking to see who will join them in that final, and then who will be taking on Team Gray in that bronze medal game. And we've been mentioning throughout the weekend, this weekend does not happen without some serious assistance from our sponsors. Our national sponsor, BioSteel. BioSteel, the main sponsor. Download the BioSteel apps now on the App Store or Google Play and stay in the know all tournament long. Of course, both Up My Hockey entities. Up My Hockey is gold sponsor because talent deserves opportunity and mindset matters. Train with the program built by coach who's played at the highest level and unlock the mental side of performance. Up My Hockey, where mindset meets performance. And the Up My Hockey podcast also joining in as the gold sponsor with the host, Jason Podolin, former NHL and professional hockey player. The podcast for players chasing their pro potential. From mindset to preparation to performance, this show helps players, parents, and coaches understand what it really takes to reach the next level. Grow your mindset, grow your game. Learn now and explore mindset coaching at upmyhockey.com or wherever you get your podcasts. A-Cane Hockey has been a perennial gold sponsor partner in the tournament as well. They're providing the prize pack for each Sidney Crosby Award winner. That award will be given out at the end of the last game tomorrow, and it'll be selected by coaches and given to the player who best displays leadership, dedication, and character throughout all facets of the weekend. Dominate the ice with performance-driven, cut-resistant gear built for elite players. Stay dry, stay sharp, and feel every stride with A-Cane base layers and Blade Pro skate socks, the most comfortable cut-resistant sock in the game. And of course, Elite Prospects joining us as gold sponsor again. They are covering the tournament stats and all-star awards as partner for UMH-68. Elite Prospects, the gateway to hockey online since 1999. EliteProspects.com, the leading statistical resource in the game, serving over 1 million unique visitors each and every week. We're proud to partner with Elite Prospects for tournament stats and all-star awards at UMH-68. And we are about ready for puck drop here. Very competitive UMH-68 weekend. And Team Black has been a very strong offensive threat, just barely losing to Team Red, and Team Blue looking to continue with their winning ways, having won their last game in a emotional final game in the morning with the win over Team Gray. And with that, the game is underway. Our second semifinal here, and Montgomery will chip the puck forward to Steinley. And down in behind, Shell. He'll back that puck out, and Keene. Shell up to Hewitt. And this line of Hewitt, Keene, and Desotel has been really tough as well. And that is a quick chip in. Desotel jumps out and evades that check. And now we've got our first dish hep with a little drop and a big heavy shot from the point. And that comes from Shell. And Brisebois trying to chip it, Peranto trying to chip it past and get a little bit of a rake here. Boston Peranto, and he just, well, shoot it straight out. And that is not going to make it all the way for the icing, but it is going to get enough room for Team Blue to make the change. And now Black will get the opportunity with a likewise long clear. And we are now into the second lines here in this first period. And there's Height, and he just simply pops it into the corner. And he's waiting for Anderson to go and pick that puck up, and it'll get shot back in. Johnson now going, and Thompson. And now we are back in with Team Black. Baker following the puck in. He's got Purdy pinching in. Thompson cycling. Thompson pops in behind the net, and he will probably get that puck out in front of Purdy. Purdy pinching here, and Thompson and Purdy. That pinch paying dividends, and Team Black on the board to start. And we're gonna see, it might have been Koscheck, and it looks like, I can always tell by that guy going first in across the line there, and that is Koscheck. And he gets his team up inside 2 minutes already, 1-0 Team Black. Let's introduce the goaltenders here. We have our starter, his second game of the tournament, Damian Idzakovic from Regina, the 5'4", 97-pound player, will be backstopping Team Blue again. And that being right inside, and Idzakovic, he is tested early, and he comes up big with that save. And on the opposite end, Dexton Higgs making his second start, the Saskatoon product, listed on the program at 5'3", 110 pounds. And we've been enjoying some pretty solid goaltending throughout the week. Focus Goaltending is on site here as one of our silver sponsors, and they are providing some written feedback to each of the 8 players that have come and joined us for the tournament, and we have been treated to some amazing saves. Every single one of these goaltenders has been absolutely fantastic positionally. And now we've got Peranto. Peranto taking a look. He feeds it back to Makchik. And a shot on net, and it's tipped there. And back to Schmier. Schmier, that blocked by Fraser. Fraser now got a little bit of a break, and Fraser can use his speed, and he's got a breakaway here. Let's see what Gray Fraser can do. And Fraser turned aside by Idzakovic. The biggest save of the game so far. And it's steered wide. And Paronto out to Height, and Height has to regroup. He will cycle it back to Montgomery. Montgomery's got a couple of options there, and he goes with Paronto. Hep following. All three guys across. We're going to watch for one guy to come in, and there is a goal from Boston Paronto. And we had to wait until today to see him score. And since then, that's his third of the tournament, I believe, and he has been a bit unstoppable. And in that instance, you can see he just got the upper hand, got outside, and gets his team back even here, just over 3 minutes down in the first period. 1-1 the score. Now Height coming in. Silvernagel came out better on that, and he cycles it behind the net to his D partner. And now Hewitt just with a backhand in, and Idzakovic will love it. And that'll bring up a draw, and that'll come to the left side of Idzakovic. And Desatel with the draw. And now Team Blue, Johnson working his way up, and his line mates Anderson, Franklin holding down the blue line with Montgomery, his partner. And now that puck intercepted, and Anderson, but now Hewitt will carry it up. Hewitt taking on 5 defenders, and Montgomery able to chip it high and up off the glass, and down comes Anderson now, and out comes Beaulieu and Brisebois, and he'll join in. Anderson joining them temporarily. And Anderson finds a little bit of room at the end of his shift. And Beaulieu, and that shot did miss by much. Tracked there, Barry now with the pinch. And we've got Baker now in a one-on-one situation during a lunch change. Baker with the shot, and Idzakovic out and cutting down the angle. Baker gets the pass again, and now that puck almost clears. And it's Barry. And Barry, we've been admiring that heavy shot of his with the really quick release, and we'll be expecting to see a bit of that in the game here as well. He's wired a few, and now we've got Beaulieu. And Beaulieu gets in there, Beaulieu and Barry, and both of them go down and pop right straight back up. Beaulieu doesn't even miss a stride, really. And he comes out of it, and Snell just dumps it straight back in, and now here goes Barry. And Barry will make the line, and big shot, and it just snipped and zipped right out by Idzakovic. He snaps the leather, and Brecklin Barry will have to take another look at that one. Try something else. He wasn't able to get it past Idzakovic there. He saw it the whole way. Now coming out and mounting, looking for an outlet pass, and that one is picked up and steered to the side. Cody Kolcheski with the shot, and now Paronto, the goal scorer for Team Blue. Paronto chips it forward. He's got a guy in front, Paronto, and he just spins, and then he's almost smeared there on the ice, and Schmier up to Hep. Hep with the shot, and it's just calmly snagged by Dexton Higgs. And that'll bring up a face-off down, and a change, wholesale change for Team Blue. And we are going to see Johnson whispering a little bit to Height, maybe a little bit of an insight. He's probably going to chip it into the corner, and there he in fact does. And does end up back on black stick. Blue still working hard here, and now Fraser, Gray Fraser playing out of Saskatoon. And that headman now to Trombley. And Trombley able to get that puck across, and Montgomery now. Montgomery pushed into the boards and knocked right off his feet by Trombley. Silvernagel down to Trombley, picked up by Anderson. Down on the corner of Montgomery. Montgomery quickly fires it out, and it's steered off to the side. And now Trombley picks it up. And he has a little trouble getting it out, and he'll just simply slide it out and look for a change. All 5 black players making the change at a timely time. And now we've got Hewitt. Hewitt's got a couple tallies in the tournament, and they're going to have to keep an eye on him. He is very adept at scoring. And here we've got Silvernagel. He's got that big shot, and he gets that shot from outside, and he scores. That's his 2nd of the tournament. And he just jumped on that one and made a meal out of it. And now Team Black pulls ahead by a goal on Silvernagel's 2nd of the tournament. Launched about a 25-footer. That evaded Idzakovic. And now that puck all the way back into black zone. And Snell will just work it up. Hewitt now chips it. He'll have to go back behind the net, looking for an outlet pass. And now it finds its way onto Brisebois, and it's in. And Brisebois with a goal. And Brisebois scored the first goal of the tournament, and now currently has the current last one of the tournament, and he just got rid of it quickly, and I think that caught Dexton Higgs a little bit off guard, got his glove up, but he didn't get it sealed and went up and over his head. And now we've got a tie game, a very quick response from Team Blue. Linesman making sure that the draw is fair and gets it back into play here. And Team Blue, Bennett Brown was able to chip it in. He's now back on a point with his line mate Barry, his D partner, and now comes Brisebois. And Brisebois going through, and he's looking now for more. And Shell, he'll go back. And he's tracking, and a puck up to Purdy. And Purdy dishes it up to Barry, and Barry's stripped of it by Hepp. And now coming back, we have Kostyuk, one of the goal scorers in the game. And that one is waved off, and so Idzakovic goes back, stops and settles it down, and now comes Barry. Blueberry, I guess we'll call Barry from the Blues. We've got 2 Barrys on either side. And so coming back to fish that puck up out of his zone is Ollie Purdy. He's had a couple of assists in the course of the tournament and factored in on that first goal. And now there's Barry again, and he gets it across to Fraser. And now Hepp picks it up. And a couple of reversals to go, and Paronto puts it back into the hands of Makchuk. And Makchuk happy to bring it in and then give it a dump and put it into the capable hands of Paronto. Trombley now. Trombley's been throwing his weight around a little bit in the game so far, delivering a big check. He has a goal in the tournament as well in the game last night. And there's another contact. Schmier putting a little bit of a body on. And the physicality has come and gone as the tournament has gone, but the boys getting some of their first games where they've got a chance to put some body checking. They were able to start during the spring hockey session. And now Schmier with the dump in. And that's picked up by Barry, and he looks the other way. Trombley now. And the puck up. Trombley, unable to clear it. And there's Steinley, and now it's out. And Hep takes an opportunity to get a little bit of space, and then it's chipped up to Peranto. Peranto keeping it active, looking for some help here. He's trying to get that puck back, and he gets it down into the stick of Indy Makchik. And now Steinley will work his way in, and we're going to get a too many men call. And we take a look. We're not sure. Black got one last night. We'll see if it was Black or whether he's going to nab. It looks like they're going to assess that against Team Blue. And so Team Blue, just trying to figure out who's going to go and serve this penalty in the first power play of the game, will be Team Blacks. And the face-off goes to the left of Idzakovic. And that draw win, puck goes back to Silvernagel. He has the second goal of the game here. And we'll bring that over to Desatel. And Desatel looking, calmly waiting. Silvernagel. Back to Desatel. Back to Silvernagel. And Silvernagel goes across to Snell. To Snell, and Snell feeds it in. Now to Silvernagel. Man advantage here for Team Black. Minute 30 gone, or minute 30 to go. And there's that shot, and another big save by Idzakovic. And Kostyuk out with Baker and Thompson. And he chips it out over back to, and there's a shot, hard shot from the point. Logan Florent putting that puck on net. Nobody in front to knock it down, and so it'll go back for another face-off here at the dot. And we got Kostyuk on with Brisebois. Both boys have goals in the game so far. And Kolcheski in the corner, and he is able to get it up to Baker, and Baker offloads it to Kostyuk. Kostyuk now slows up, back to Baker. Baker looking for somebody open. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Baker walks it in, and a little bit of a screen, but it deftly stopped by Idzakovic. And now Brisebois chips it forward, and it's knocked forward, and now it's chipped in, and we've got Snell. We've got a Snell and a Shell in the game, and I apologize in advance if I get them mixed up, but that is Snell and Team Blue. And now it comes out to Purdy. Purdy over to Barry. Barry lofts one in there. And they're getting close to the end of the thing. Purdy back to Barry, and we'll watch Barry here. And he just rifles one in there. And Idzakovic able to pick that up, and that is the end of the power play. Just a reminder to tune in for our interview portion, which will happen during the first intermission, and we're going to be excited to talk to Delee Thompson, mother of Brooks Thompson, number 9, playing for Team Black, and get her assessment as a mom. We had a father's perspective, and now we're going to get a mom's perspective on the experience for her son. And she actually was able to take in part of the broadcast yesterday. She had a commitment elsewhere, and so maybe we'll be able to find out how that experience went, as she was unable. And we do have family members who are tuning in from a variety of locations, and we're really happy to have you have the opportunity to take part in the UMH weekend. The philosophy of the tournament, of course, Jason Podolin, the founder and CEO, I guess, the Chief Hockey Operations Officer, if you want to say so, is the brainchild behind the Up My Hockey 68 franchise. And the goal, of course, is he looked back after his professional career, nice shot by Barry, and had discussed wanting to have a tournament that he would have liked to have gone to as a 13-year-old. So he has added every element that he could to make this a big deal for the boys, right down to the kits that they've been wearing and the attire and the expectations. So they've had matching socks, pants, pant covers, and golf shirts and hats, and there have been on-ice and off-ice sessions as well. In the off-ice session, we had an opportunity in the 5th game of the tournament, the first one this morning, and we heard from Vivian, who is one of Jason's staffers who handles all player relations, and she talked about the effect that he has had on her son as a client as well. So we've actually had a couple mums in on our interview, and we're looking forward to talking to Delee. And that puck ends up in Dexton Higgs' grips, and we've got the face-off to his left with 5:52 to go, and we've got a tie game in the first here in our second versus third game here. And now Snell able to pop that puck up into the hands of Desatel, and now coming across, Silvernagel with the feeds across, and Snell, his pass picked off by Height. And Johnson now battling in there with Snell. I did promise I was going to get it wrong, and this is Shell, actually. Shell playing defense for Team Black, and that puck goes off the side of the net. Height, and he feeds it back, and Montgomery was pinching a little bit, and now Hewitt hot on his trail. And in comes Team Black's Nolan Keane. And Montgomery able to chip that up to Brisebois. Pardon me, up to Johnson. And Height's shot turned aside. And now Hewitt with a guy on a 2-on-1 break. And that puck straight across. And unable to get his stick on that from Team Black was Nolan Keane. And now settling back in, and we've kind of gotten into a little bit of a lull here in the action. Teams basically working their way end to end, looking for something to give. And here's Thompson now, and he's making a case for blowing the game open a little bit, and he gets that puck on the net with a good surge. And now we've got a bit of protection going on there in front. And we know as we get deeper into the tournament, boys always protective of their goaltender, especially as they build that relationship over a couple of days. This is the third day of the weekend experience. Thursday was all the registration, team bonding activities, on-ice sessions, goaltenders having a chance to get a little bit of on-ice instruction independently, coaches getting a chance to match teams, and then we had our lineups created, and off we went with competition starting yesterday morning. And so this is the final semifinal after a round-robin play that saw Team Blue finish third and Team Black a competitive second. And the game is as even as we would expect between a 2-3. Oh, we had a good lineup there, and there was going to be, I think it was Kostyuk lining up for the hip check. You don't see that very often, but wasn't quite able to seal the boards there, and the player able to escape in one piece. Kolcheski dumps it in, and now picked up by Kendrick. Kendrick brought down, but no call on the plate. Purdy now fires it across to Barry. Barry just lofts it in around the rim, and it comes right back to Purdy, and Purdy absorbs some contact and manages to come out unscathed there. And now Barry, and this is what he loves to do, watch him work his way across. He's got a solid shot there, and that quick release did not miss by much. Caught the inside, probably of the armpit of goaltender for the save, but he has shown, and puck, crazy bounce off the stanchion there. But Paronto, he's the one to seize the opportunity. And he goes head-to-head with Barry, two speedster guys, and Barry able to get back and counter that. And now Kendrick feeds it across. Kendrick and Tremblay and Fraser all coming off now, and out comes Hewitt, Desatel, and Keane again. And each of these guys have scored, and there's an opportunity right in front. Hewitt, that is where he normally is able to set up shop and score. And he gets that pass in front and almost banks it awkwardly in. And now Purdy is able to keep the pressure on. And if Paronto is going to try to chip it out, he's got three guys he's got to get past, and he can't get it all the way through. Barry with the pinch now. Keene's dropped back to cover for him. And now Maxick is going to work his way up, and he takes that shot on net, and he almost gets his rebound, and that came out of nowhere. Steinle now in behind the net with Paronto. Steinle, he gets a stick on it, gets it up, and Keane able to get it up and out, and now it's going up with Barry again, joining in on the rush. And Desatel hits the side of the net with that shot. Paronto can't get it cleared. And Steinle able to get a little pressure relief, and that gets Blue off for the line change. And Barry now looking up ice, sees Thompson. Thompson with a head of steam. And Baker now in behind him. And Baker looking to get that short side, but he couldn't get the pass placed inside. Now Silvernagel able to push it back into the corner, and Thompson will battle for it in the boards. Two Blue defenders there. Thompson getting a little bit of assistance, and now coming out, Koscheck, his shot blocked, another block shot, and now into Baker's hands, and he just held on to it a little bit too long, and there was Sean Franklin and the goal. And Team Black now extends their lead, puts themselves up. And that's Koscheck's second goal of the game. 18.6 seconds left in the period. A reminder, we're gonna get you to stay tuned. We'll have ourselves an interview with DeLee Thompson, mother of number 9 Blacks, Brooks Thompson, and she will have a chance to do an interview and tell us about her experience with the tournament through her eyes and what it means to the Thompson family to be involved in an invitational like this. And a good check finished by Brisebois, and that will draw us to the close, 20-9, the shots in favor of Black. And the score, 3-2. All right, everybody, we have a real treat for us right now. We've got Delee Thompson, mother of number 9 on Team Black, Brooks Thompson, and we kind of voluntold her that she's going to come and give an interview, but we had a conversation earlier on the concourse just about her perception of the tournament, so much of the behind the scenes. Tell us, you know, you weren't able to come to the games yesterday. How were you able to watch Brooks' performance? Yeah.
I tuned into the YouTube channel, and it was really great to be able to feel like I was still a part of it all by hearing the commentary, because even when I am here, I miss a lot, so I actually maybe even got a little bit more out of the YouTube channel.
And that's always the best part about, you know, this kind of sets this apart, I think, as part of Jason's focus is to really professionalize and probably to take away a lot of the mystery that goes to having an elite hockey player in your family. And you know, I know a lot of moms who have come and watched a lot of hockey, and I think that's part of Jason's focus here and the Up My Hockey staff, just to have that make more sense and to make a richer experience. Has Brooks had anything to say about the tournament itself so far, or what's his take?
He's having a great time. He's able to play with people he's usually an opponent with. So although he knows a handful of the boys personally, like played with some, he's playing with boys that he's played against for the last few years, and it's been exciting for him. He's liked the workshops. He's really enjoyed just the atmosphere. It's been great.
Yeah, and we've had opportunity to talk to Coach Cam Cater, just his focus and his exposure and experience, and then we haven't had a chance to talk to Calder Hamilton yet, but having a WHL veteran on the bench, has Brooks been able to mention anything about having that exposure?
He said that he's a really great guy. He looks up to people who are close to his age, so I feel like it gives him a little perspective of what it could be in the future coming years, and he comes with great experience and he looks up to him.
Perfect, yeah. Well, and I know Calder's year, this was his first in the WHL, and hockey players have school schedules and expectations of them off the ice, and it's great for the boys, even in that lower grade levels like grade 7 and 8, to get an exposure, and there is still a lot to be done on the off-ice component of that. And what's next steps for Brooks and for the family this summer?
We are spending time at the lake. He's going to do a lot of golfing.
Oh, that's good.
That's definitely high up in his plans, and hopefully just take some time to spend time with family and kind of relax.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, we know that you probably wouldn't say you're speaking for all the moms here, but we got 68 moms and a ton of grandparents, I'm sure, and significant others, and we really appreciate you coming up and lending a little bit of that voice and perspective. And all the best for the rest of the tournament. We'll keep an eye out for you to see you squirming in your seats as it gets a little tighter.
Go Team Black!
All right, here we go. Period number 2. Black with a very slight edge here over top of blue. And this around the time of that tournament where we're all having a good time, both players and, as it turns out, fans. It's great to have an opportunity to talk to Dlee. And so many moms and grandmothers here in the stands supporting, along with the dads, of course, and siblings. It's great to see. And we've had great support here in person, and it sounds like the online presence, we're really appreciative of you joining in if you weren't able to make it all the way to Martensville. So Team Blue now looking to get themselves back even, and that is a nice, hard, solid shot from the point from Team Blue, and that's Sean Franklin. Franklin, if you recall, if you get a chance to watch his performance in the night game yesterday, he was solid enough that I think he picked up the Grit and Grind Award or one of the stars, and he's one of these quiet players who does not make an awful lot of mistakes and steadies a team. And so a lot of times the high power, and here's Purdy, and he plays a very similar game too. He actually factored in on the goal at the beginning of the game, and goaltenders get a lot of kudos for the big saves, and we had a lot, of course, getting your name on a score sheet. Barry with a beautiful goal. Wow, that was just very... We've seen that kind of rush before this weekend from Barry, and he puts his team, Brecklin Barry, he's a big boy too, 5'7", 110 pounds, and if he gets ahead of steam going, and he got one going there, he is hard to stop. And now Team Blue, as they've done most of the tournament, still digging in, and they will continue to plus. And Barry's just decided he's going to go try to do it again. This time, a little high on that case. But Brecklin Barry scoring the goal unassisted at around the minute mark. And now Team Black with a little bit of breathing room. And Barry continuing to look for more, and that puck on the outside, Idzakovic. And it's chipped forward there by the other Barry. Barry, and apparently both their dads are also Greg Barry. So, and not related from my conversation with the Blue, for lack of a better term. We got Blackberry and Blueberry. I don't want to get everybody confused. And there's that shot on net, but maybe that might be the easiest way to describe it here. Anderson now able to carry that puck up the ice, and he gets the shot on net so he can get off. And out comes Schmier and Makchuk. And the blue line of Brisebois and Snell and Bollier. And Bollier now playing out of Martensville, one of the two Bolliers in the tournament, and I still haven't got the story there. I'm pretty sure they're not brothers, they're more likely cousins, but both factoring in well in the tournament. This one a forward, and of course the other Bollier playing defense for Team Red, and he's already punched his ticket with his colleagues and teammates into the gold medal game, and Team Red waiting to find out who they'll play in the gold medal game, and Team Gray, a very highly motivated Team Gray, are going to be waiting to see who it is that will face them in the bronze medal game. And that bronze medal game starting tomorrow at 8:15 in the morning with that gold medal game. And here we go. We've got Snell. He gets that forwards to Bollier. Snell chips it. And now coming back up the ice for Team Black, Kostyuk and Shell and Snell, and that was potentially dangerous, but that one also swallowed up by Idzakovic. Yes, all kinds of, got to stay sharp up here to keep the track of both of them. You got Shell and Snell, and you've got the two Berries. And in the last game, we had a couple Browns as well, none of them on the same team. So Franklin pinching in there, and he with the good feed across there, but he can't quite get a climb. Steinley now. Puck now onto Peranto's stick. Peranto with one of the goals for Team Blue. And he's got 3 tallies on the day. And that shot just into the pads of Higgs. And just picking it up full flight, Brooks Thompson. And full disclosure, DeLee, great interview. I've known DeLee for about 7 years. She was the preschool teacher at the school that I have worked at for the last 7. And Brooks, I've known the young fellow since he was a tiny little guy in kindergarten. So it's nice to have a chance to reacquaint with them. She gave a great interview. She said she wasn't here yesterday because she's on a field trip with her daughter. So wonderful opportunity to be able to showcase this skill set even when you aren't able to be here in person. And look at this. Gray Fraser just about, pardon me, Baker now just dumps it into the corner. Montgomery, speaking of Montgomery's, Montgomery chips it up to Kolcheski. And now Montgomery with Baker, and Montgomery with a good solid contact, and he's able to chip it forward, but now Thompson able to pick that puck up, and he can't corral it. And Peranto breaks up ice, and it is a 3-on-2, and now it's quickly turned back over Kolcheski, and he gets over to Montgomery, who pops it forward, and Peranto in full flight. Peranto still with it, big backhand, and Higgs able to do that. Puck up off of a high stick, but it's played by the opposite team, so does not get flagged down. Play continues. Peranto stretches it across, and it's fed up off the stick of Johnson, and there is Brown. And again, one of 2 Browns that are playing on the tournament as well. I think the only one in this game. And Johnson feeds it out to Height. Now Height and Anderson, 2v2. And that puck just about eludes Higgs, but he's able to get down, and he traps that under the mitt and brings up that face-off. Team Blue looking to get back into this game. Shots on goal now for Black 24 and Blue 13. I just love the sound of it, the Black and Blue game. You think there'll be a lot of scrapes and bruises. And that gives us a good segue to talk about one of our silver sponsors, and that's BAME Physiotherapy. BAME's Physiotherapy here again for its 2nd year. And a nice feed across from Barry into Hewitt. And Hewitt, I don't know if he got all of it, but he was able to chip off his stick into the top corner, and Idzakovic, another one gets by him. I think that was a bit of a change-up. That may have caught him off guard. Hewitt, so fast, getting in and capitalizing. And of course, Barry loving to jump into the play there, making something happen again. He's already got a goal, and now he's got an assist in there. And Schmier not happy about Hewitt having a chance to write his name into that. Scorekeeper takes a run at him, and Schmier now gets rubbed into the boards a little bit by Desatel. And now Brisebois, who's got a goal in the game, looking to see if he can get a second one. And he will go and mix it up in the corner, and that is deftly handled by Team Black's Ollie Purdy.
Black's 5th goal, scored by number 17.
And score now 5-2.
Assisted by number 13, Brooklyn Berry.
And I gotta hand it to Team Blue. They have battled this entire tournament, even through some adversity. They do have a win. And Hewitt now is able to drop it back, and that's Purdy puts a shot on net. Steered aside by Idzakovic. And Barry lets one fly. Purdy over there to pick it up, and he feeds it into Hewitt. Purdy with a little bit of a pinch now. Barry covering. Barry the only guy back at the moment. I'm not sure if that'll develop into anything, but 4 black players down at ice level, and Purdy now able to drop back. And Hewitt, he had a little bit of a tussle there with Idzakovic, doing his share to try to disrupt the goal scorer's cadence. And there's Idzakovic again, trying to get in there a little bit. And but Hewitt coming out of the corner. Purdy now, Team Black enjoying a little bit of success here. Desatel with some pressure, and now Thompson, he'll play it Barry, and just taking a quick peek, and there we go. We've got Beaulier, and Beaulier, he ends up in the net, and Higgs probably asking him if he's okay, and I think Beaulier pops up and jumps back into the play, and that will show. I think he wished that it was the goal, it was the puck that went into the net, but that's okay. Shell fires it back in. Pep now puts a little pressure down from the centering position. That pass put in. Thompson jumping in. And Thompson able to swing around and get that puck out. And now it's Mikhailitz. And that centering pass is knocked loose. And Indy Makchuk trolling over there, watching, making sure everything is clear on his side. And Peranto feeds it up. And making his way up the ice now is Franklin, and his D partner Makchuk will take a break. And we are nearing the midway point of this hockey game still. Shots on goal now for Black. They've got 28, and they have started piling on a little bit. And now Franklin turns and wheels, and Hep, he had the top corner pick, but Higgs able to jump out there and knock it aside. Montgomery now, he gets a little bit of a knuckler, and Montgomery will try it again. That time, he wires it. And Higgs is able to get across and get his mitts on it. So, another face-off to the right of Higgs. And Team Black issuing some encouragement from their end. They like what they're seeing. And it is Shell now down to Franklin. Franklin turns, picks it up. Peranto can't get it. Now Shell goes across ice to his D partner, Silvernagel. And the puck chipped out. And Peranto now wheeling, and he's got a little bit of a head of steam here. Boston Peranto gets it in dangerous territory, but Higgs is able to get down and cover it up. And one of our silver sponsors, Bird Juice, unique product. Bird Juice, not just another fragrance. It's confidence behind the walk into the rink and the post-game strut. It's cologne for game changers, heartbreakers, and legends in the making. This is Bird Juice. Welcome to the lineup. You're telling me we're going to have some good smelling hockey players after a game? That would have been handy during my son's playing career, I'll tell you that. Bird Juice, proud silver sponsor of the broadcast and the tournament itself. So Anderson steers that puck back in. Florent chips it forward to Keene. Keene throwing a little body up onto the boards, and the puck chipped back in again. And there is Johnson now. And Johnson battling in the corner. Height helping him out. And Barry now. And Barry introduced to the boards by Hewitt, but not before he gets his job done and chips it out of harm's way. And now Anderson. And a couple teams on Kolcheski. And shot by Keene up onto the net, and it's steered aside by Idzakovic. And now Desatel. And Desatel trying to get his stick back out, I think, from Beaulier. And both active coaching benches continuing to urge their players to maximum performance as we get close to the end of this second day of competition. We're now past the midway point in the second period. And we'll highlight the involvement of Buzzwax in a second, another fragrant product. Seems to be a trend here. But we're gonna get a shot from Purdy in that one, off Brisebois. And Purdy almost joins the scorers thing. Buzz Wax is our silver sponsor, is a family-run hockey stick wax company based in Castlegar, BC, handmade and available in 6 cents. Buzz Wax uses all natural ingredients to keep players buzzing on the ice. And I'm sure I know what number 10 blue is probably apt to use. I'm sure it's blueberry. Sorry, that was a dad comment there. Moving in there, Kostyuk now. And now he's able to pull that up and out. Thompson and Kostyuk in behind the net, trying to get a centering pass. And now puck brought up by Beaulieu. Beaulieu with a nice move. Barry gets a piece of him, but Beaulieu able to continue on. And now, coming up the ice, Kostyuk. Hard to tell between the two of them, but I think they got it. Yeah, it is Kostyuk and Thompson now. Ooh, that one scoots past, and Beaulieu content to just pick it up. Purdy lost his footing there, but able to still handle the puck, and now Kendrick down. And then Kendrick putting a little bit of pressure and manages to get some stick on there. And Kendrick now feeds it across, and Gray Fraser fires it right in. That's a big frame Idzakovic has, and he was able to slide it straight across and get there. Beams Physiotherapy, player safety is a top priority at UMH-68, and we're proud to partner with Beams Physiotherapy, located right here in Martensville, to help make this happen. With expert care and individualized treatment plans, Beams Physiotherapy has been keeping us healthy and game ready for over 20 years. Their team is on site here at UMH-68 Saskatchewan, providing top-notch support to ensure that every athlete can perform and recover at their best. Beams Physiotherapy, trusted care for every stage of the game. And back to the action here. Steinle now chips it forward, and there is Paranto taking on Shell. Shell will just chip it up. Trombley on the board, and it's fired right back in again. Silvernagel now with Paranto in pursuit. Trombley with a little bit of time, looking for the outlet pass, and he can't quite thread the needle right straight through to Gray Fraser, and that'll go for an icing. We've been highlighting some of our silver sponsors at the event. Boston Pizza, when it's time to celebrate a big win or just enjoy a great meal with the team, Boston Pizza is the place to be. Proudly Canadian, Boston Pizza is known for its family-friendly vibe, delicious menu, and commitment to the community. Trombley and Paranto tied up there, and now Hep regains his footing. And a little bit of a scrum there. Paranto digs it out, but Gray Fraser up on the corner, able to pick it up. And now Trombley with some speed. He's able to get in there, and he's got a little bit of space, and he gets that puck right into a good scoring chance there. And it was Keir Kendrick. Just about chipped that one in from the slot area, but Hep now coming up to Paranto. Paranto back to Steinle. Steinle with the shot, and Higgs with the save. Steinle another shot. Paranto off the side of the net. Hep now Team Blue. The line of Paranto, Hep, and Steinle causing some fits down there for Team Black, and now out comes Deshotel. And Deshotel looking for a centering pass, finds Keane. Keane flicks it up. Deshotel with the shot. And Kolcheski rifling it in, and there's Keane, and it goes off a defender. Looked like it was Barry. Now Hewitt muscles the puck off of Barry, and it comes all the way back to Kolcheski, and Kolcheski does well concentrate and get it back in, where Hewitt picks it up in the corner. And Keane able to get down there. Kolcheski with the long shot, and it skips in by the goaltender. And now making it his way up the boards, back to Kolcheski. Kolcheski with the shot from the point, back to Deshotel, and it hits the netting as it ricochets up off the glass. Since 2009, Weatherspoon Realty's award-winning team have been helping clients navigate every step of the real estate journey with confidence. Recognized by Realty Executives International as one of the top 20 producing real estate agents worldwide, whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or buying your first home, trust the team that delivers results. One of our silver partners, Weatherspoon Realty. Anderson chips it forward, and it comes back into Barry's hands, and now Kostyuk will have to go back all the way in behind his net, looking to pivot, and it looks like Johnson chips it back into height. Anderson in front, and that looks like it's Purdy. Will headman it and get the clear, and now here comes Barry. He's got a goal in the game already, looking for another one, and he gets through. And Idzakovic gets the better of him this time. Purdy now with the shot in. Idzakovic steers it off to the side. Shot total going up for Team Black, 36 now. Idzakovic making his 31st save of the game, and now Barry loads up, and there's save number 32 for Idzakovic. 4:32 to go in the second period. Black holding a 5-2 edge in the hockey game. Yorkton Source for Sports is your locally owned and operated hockey shop, backed by the buying power of over 150 Source for Sports stores across Canada. We're not just a franchise, we're an independent business rooted in your community with access to top gear and brands from around the world. Thanks to Yorkton Source for Sports, another one of our silver sponsors. And Makchek was carrying that puck in from his defensive front. He now gets back. Bollier in there. Bollier working to get around, and Schnell was able to pull him off that puck, and he rounds it out to Silvernagel, up to Fraser, but it's picked up by Schmier. Schmier with the long shot tipped in front by Brisebois. Brisebois trying to get it back to Makchek, but he is tied up by Trombley, pardon me. Trombley able to tie him up there, and now Kendrick is able, Kendrick coming down, and he's going to sub off. Bollier with the feed up, but it is quickly picked up by Trombley. Desatel pops it up to Silvernagel. Silvernagel with a nice move, and he is not happy with himself missing that shot. Desatel chips it forward, and Silvernagel looking, take that one. And now Snell, he pulls it, Desatel now, and he chips it forward right into Montgomery's hands. Montgomery with the shot, and Higgs saw it, steered it away, and attempted shot there and shrugged off. And was that Keane? Down low, Keane knocking a blue player off their feet, and we're going to get a penalty here. Head contact, and Steinle will make the walk across, and he'll spend a little time in the penalty box. And of course, he is such a tall, imposing figure there, getting into a situation, a lot of times he's in that head level just with the height that he's standing at, but he'll be off for 2 minutes and then be right back. And now Kostyuk taking the face off here, and he gets it cleanly back to Florent. Florent with a look. Power play for Team Black. Thompson to Florent, and there's Hep, and Hep with the perfect weight down, and here comes Peranto. Kolcheski's gonna have to kind of come in and contain, and Peranto, he's just gonna sit there and kill time, holding it up against the boards. Smart. And now Baker takes a look, assesses. He's got Florent free, but Baker elects to give it to Kostyuk. Kostyuk with the head of steam now coming in, and he makes the zone entry, and he will take it probably all the way around, looking for someone to center it out to. Now Black sets back up again. Florent now. Florent with a good solid shot on the one-timer. Not an easy task, and he was Oh, that puck, oh, Franklin took the majority of that shot off, but it almost slipped past his goaltender's arms, but Idzakovic handled that one easily. And now the draw back, and Fraser feeds it back to the point, and in walks Barry. Big hard shot there. And as a player, I don't know if maybe once or twice I felt the flex of a stick, but up from our vantage point, he's got a long shaft on that stick, and he gets all of it. He employs maximum flexing on that stick, and you can see it bending there, and he gets a lot of power from that point shot, does Barry. And when he gets an opportunity to wind it up, he can be a real hassle. And look at the battle between Trombley. Oh, Trombley and Brown really fighting there in front, and you like to see that. And here comes that shot, boom, nice and low. Purdy now, he's able to pick up the puck, and he brings it right straight back down to Fraser. Fraser up to the big heavy shooting Barry, and Barry walking in. Oh, this is trouble. And not for Idzakovic. He's there, and he calmly steers that shot aside. Trombley now content to put it back to Fraser. Down to 4 seconds. That'll be the end of the penalty, and we're now in under 40 seconds to go. And the penalized player back, Steinle, and he will jump in. And now there's Barry going for a walk. He's got some, and again, Idzakovic has the solution. Barry walking in, and he isn't able to solve Idzakovic on that particular round. 23 seconds to go in the period. Zatel is going to take the face-off here. Chips it ahead of Height. Walks himself in. Keane with that. That's a goal for Hewitt, and he has just been, he can operate in an incredibly tiny space. 20 seconds to go on the clock, and he puts a 4-goal lead up for Team Black. That is his second of the game, and I believe about the 7th of the tournament. We're going to get that exactly right at the end of the period. We'll give you the 2-period scoring summary, and then we're going to take a little bit of a break after 20 seconds here. 20 more seconds, and then we will have one more game in regulation before the medal rounds, or one more period of regulation, pardon me. And Makchuk, he is able to pull that puck out and fires it up ice. Height now trying to get it across, and Hewitt, the goal scorer. Silvernagel also with a goal in the game. And a little bit of a battle, and that is all she wrote in a 3-goal second period for Team Black. We're going to give you a little bit of an update here in a moment, and then we're going to take a break. We are nearing the end of game 8 of 10 here. 2, of course, in the morning tomorrow, and that'll be the bronze medal game at 8:15, and then the gold medal game that'll take place at 11:45, I believe. We're going to get the updated scoring for you, and so you'll see this up on your screen in a second too. Alvin brings it up. Keaton Kostyk started the scoring in the first period after, at 18-13, Ollie Purdy and Levi Baker the assists, and then Boston Pronto with his 4th of the tournament, 4th of the day actually. Caden Montgomery and Carter Height with the assists, and then at the 12:30 mark, Ryland Silvernagel pots his second after a feed from Calum Desatel, and then at 12:08, Elliot Brisebois with his second of the tournament as well, brings it even, and then Keaton Kostyk puts Team Black in the lead late in the period, 18 seconds in the first. Brooks Thompson with the assist, and Levi Baker with his 4th, and then 3 goals by Team Black. First one, Brecklin Berry pots his 3rd unassisted, then Jordan Hewitt with his 6th tally Brecklin Berry with his assist, and Caleb Desatel with the 4th assist on that goal. And then finally, Jordan Hewitt again with his 2nd goal in a little under 13 minutes, and that's his 7th of the tournament, also from Caleb Desatel and Nolan Kinn. And that brings us to this 6-2 tally. We'll be back in a few minutes after this break. All right, we're picking things back up here in the third period. A little bit of a kerfuffle with microphone, and we are back on. Black holding a 6-2 lead over Team Blue. Hewitt now recovering the puck in his own zone, and it's picked up by Montgomery, who fires it straight back in. And that bounces right into Higgs. And Hewitt now up to Gray Fraser. Fraser crossing over the blue line, and he'll put it in on Idzakovic. And that puck moved forward now, Toronto, and it runs right into that sticky ice surface that we've had a little bit of problem with here after the flood. And as mentioned occasionally, conditions here have been fantastic, but it is June and it's a nice warm day outside, so. And there's Barry. He's one of the goal scorers in the game so far, and he's pinched in again. He's enjoying that role of the offensive player. Purdy doing a great job of being his complement, staying at home, allowing him to rove a little bit more than usual. And Kostyuk now, he has a goal in the game. He's able to pinch that puck forward and right into Thompson's hands, and Thompson gets a good hard shot on net. And now making his way up the ice. Johnson was there, and Bollier able to go. And we had, over the break, we were able to figure out, I was a little confused about the status of the two Bolliers in the tournament, and they are in fact twins. Their birthdays are listed as different, which was probably part of the thing, but both boys representing on two different teams here, based out of Martensville themselves, so. This particular version of the twins combo is forward as he works his way up the ice here now. We've got Kostyuk putting a little bit of pressure on. And that is Brown, I think, with the, or pardon me, Makchuk. And that puck steered up and out of play. Ha ha ha. Little chicken fry. You guys had them, and I'm like, oh, I gotta have. That puck back, and Snell, and we're gonna get a penalty here. So up comes Idzakovic, and we're gonna get an extra attacker on for Team Blue, and that might be what is needed to get them back into the game. And there's Brisebois with the shot just wide, and now Silvernagel will pick it up, and we'll get a hooking call. And Trombley, no argument from him, goes straight to the box. And Hep, Steinley, and Toronto out for Team Blue. Team Black, Desatel, Kendrick, Kolcheski, pardon me, out playing defense. That puck centering attempt is picked up by Higgs, and he smothers it for the whistle. And now Fraser and Keane come out to join the lineup. Laurent up in on the penalty kill here for Team Black, and Team Blue now in on the power play, looking to get back into the game. And Franklin can't get that thing, and that shot up. Franklin's centering pass was picked up by Kolcheski, pardon me, and he fires it the length of the ice. And now making his push up, Toronto. Toronto taking a look, patiently hanging onto the puck, over to Montgomery. Montgomery back to Toronto. Puck gets tied up in his skates, but over to Franklin. Keane putting a little pressure on Barry now in the corner in the penalty kill, but out comes Steinley. Steinley in front. This pickup, and Montgomery with the shot. And that is guided left, and it looked like Fraser was going to think about taking a run at it, but he wisely goes for a change. Now in full flight, we've got Montgomery. And Montgomery coming in, taking a look. He's looking for a centering pass. Purdy hot on his tail. And Hep in for some support. And it goes lengthwise to Toronto on the point now. And Montgomery now back on the point. Toronto can push the SU back again. Now Franklin has to go all the way back behind his own net. Thompson in pursuit. And Hewitt with 2 goals back to back, putting this game almost out of reach. I'm not going to say that. As we've seen Blue have the ability to score some goals here in the tournament too, and anything is still possible. And that shot by Anderson just wide. And we've got Hewitt chips it forward to Kostyuk. Kostyuk across, and the penalty now expired. And Team Black goes back on the offensive. And a long shot steered aside. That one from Snell. And Height just chips it back to his line mate, Anderson. Toronto in behind the net, trying to dig it out and get something going in the offensive direction for Blue. And now Snell, and that just hits a couple of players. And Snell's shot, and that'll put it up to 7. And it looks like he's taking a victory run there. Shell with the score, with the goal. Another long point shot goal by Team Black. They've had a couple of those in this game and in the tournament, courtesy of Silvernagel and Barry, and now joining in Snell. Now Trombley back to the goal scorer Snell. Silvernagel, who also has a goal in the game, so both members of this defensive pairing appearing on the score sheet in the goal column. Silvernagel trying to pick it up, and now a little bit of a break here. Bollier pops it and gets it deep into the corner, and Trombley just calmly steers it around. Now puck batted out of the air by Makchik. He's battling now. Kendrick putting some pressure on Bellier. Bellier in the corner, and there will be a penalty. And Blue go back onto the power play. Hep lined up for the draw with Hewitt. Hewitt and Black, Hep for Blue. And they're just waiting for the penalty, and there it is up on the board. Hep chips it back to Montgomery. Montgomery now back up to Toronto. Toronto's got 4 goals on the day. Looking to maybe add to that total and get it up to 5. And Steinley with the dump, and there's the puck right in front. And Higgs wasn't sure he had it. Steinley making a case to get that 3rd goal that Blue desperately needs to score here. 5-goal lead with 12:41 to go. And 1:37 left in the power play for them. Hewitt off the draw, and he and the penalty kill format. Franklin now in behind the net. Takes a look and he continues up. And he elects to carry it himself and see if he can get up the zone. And now he gets the puck into Hep's hands. And Hep with the drop pass to Paranto, and it's intercepted by Kostyuk. And he's happy to just send it down into the blue zone. Black happy to play some safe hockey now. Kostyuk. And Purdy putting that puck into that clearing space. Paranto just putting it out. Now he's got some room and he's going to kind of take it for a bit of a walk. And here he goes, head of steam. And Paranto patiently hanging on, looking for somebody in front to pass the puck to. And he fires it off the boards and goes for a change. Johnson now. And his line mate Height coming out. And Hep. And now Barry in a rush. 7 seconds to go in the power play. And now Anderson chips it forward up to Johnson. And Schmier almost came through with that, but Purdy put a stop to it. Now it's on the stick of Thompson, and it goes off the blocker of Idzakovic and into the corner. And the puck goes all the way down. Barry will pick it up behind his net. And he has the feed up to Baker. Now Baker with a little bit of momentum. And he will take on that blue defender. And back check. Lost his stick in the endeavor. Now Silvernagel chips it in on net. And it's steered off to the side. Makchuk now for blue. And he's hauled down. There's going to be a holding call, I'm sure, against Team Black. And a little bit of... Well, once again, Team Black going on to the penalty kill.
Since 2009.
And Team Blue looking for some kind of spark. The energy kind of not that's been there on the bench the entire weekend as we get late into the Saturday game here. Trailing by 5 is starting to fade a little. Coach Andreessen will try to get a little bit of a fire going under their belly just to see if they can get themselves back into the game. Even a couple goals, getting themselves lined up for a strong outing tomorrow. Both teams, of course, will be playing for medals. It's just determining which color it's going to be. And a good hard shot there. And they lost sight of it, and so the official draws play to a conclusion, and we'll get a face-off here. Once again, the playoff round will conclude tomorrow with the medal games, and the bronze medal game taking place at 8:15 and the gold medal game at 11:45, I believe. Both of those will be on the YouTube channel. And here's Boulier, pardon me. Boulier back to Barry. Barry across. That low shot just about. And Boulier, sharp angled shot. And Brisebois now. Brisebois taking an opportunity. He gets a shot on net, and Higgs just casually steers that aside. And now Black able to clear it. And now coming up, Steinley. Barry working his way back as he's going to try to counter the rush of Barry. Barry on Barry. And there's Steinle. And Steinle with a little nifty stick work just about finds himself some open space, but he's stripped of the puck right at the last moment. And now Kostyuk, and he's got an open Kendrick, and Kendrick coming in. Good save by Idzakovic. A big push, able to stay even with Kendrick, and off that backhand. He's up to the challenge this time around, and Kendrick is denied. And now Hep pops it down deep. Barry chips it up. Kostyuk finds and that shot right on target by Nolan Keane. And that'll bring up a face-off to the right. Reminder, in the earlier game, Team Red was able to continue to keep their run of undefeated streak going with a win over Team Grey in a very competitive 4-3 outing. So Grey will play for the bronze medal against the loser of this game, and the winner of the game will take on Team Red. And medals being produced. And don't forget, at the end of this game, there will be the Grit and Grind Award and the 3 stars presented to the 4 players that are selected as recipients of recognition for a good, strong outing here at the end of Game 8. Thompson now. He gets that puck across and is well handled there. And Kostyuk looking to add to his goals total from the game. And he's denied by Idzakovic. 52 shots now. That's Idzakovic's 45th save. And last night he had a very similar outing, posting almost 45 saves, I believe, in the loss to Team Red. And now Brown will cycle back, being watched by Desatel. And that puck popped out, and now brought up by Height. Sorry, not Height. That'll be Snell. And out in front. And Trombley will headman it up to Desatel. Desatel hanging on to the puck himself, and just a little bit offside. 5:15 to go in the hockey game. Right now, 5-goal lead, and if this holds, it'll be a black versus red final again. And we saw a preview of that earlier today where black lost by a goal. And maybe a chance for some redemption. And the same thing with blue and gray. The opportunity perhaps for that rematch of last night's thrilling game that went into overtime. Sorry, I don't believe that one did go into overtime. That was a close one. Blue coming out on top at the last minute series of goals. Oh, and a big collision there. And here comes Shell. Back to Barry. Barry, and that tipped in front by Snell. And Barry now has to reverse the puck with the pursuit of Fraser. Up to Paronto. Paronto looking for the outlet pass, and he's got Bollier. Bollier back. Off the boards, Paronto. But Barry's able to beat him on the foot race. And the puck chip high and in. Keane knocked down by Franklin. Purdy on the point. Back to Barry. Barry hits the post. And then Hewitt. He's upset with himself. He had that hat trick goal waiting for him, and he just missed the open frame with the backhand. And now Paronto, he makes his way in, and he dumps the body at the end. And now here comes Barry. In with full head of steam himself. And Paronto working his way back. Kostyuk now. And he's pulled down, and Paronto is going to be called for the trip. Black getting a little bit of an opportunity to have the extra skater out. And Higgs comes to the bench. Thompson. And now we get the whistle at the offside. And so Paronto heads to the box, 2:43 to go. Looking more and more like it's going to be a black and red final and a blue and gray bronze medal game. And both games will have high drama. They played very similar hockey. We should have two good games tomorrow. Wrap up this second annual UMH-68. Height dumps it down. Anderson now looking for some late game scoring, and now the puck up to Tremblay. Tremblay across to Deshotel. Deshotel with a good, hard, quick release, and Idzakovic able to drop down and smother the rebound. Make sure you hang on into the broadcast, find out who wins the Ritchie Brothers 3 Stars and that Grit and Grind Award. It's been awarded to at every game. And tomorrow we'll get the presentation of the Sidney Crosby Award, which will go to a player selected by the 4 coaches that exemplifies the true spirit, heart, and leadership needed in the tournament. And here comes Snell. Deshotel, Silvernagel, and that high chip. And because it's touched by that team, that puck will be blown dead. Puck ends up outside in the bench. And now it looks pretty much like it's going to be a blue-gray first game in the morning, and then a black and red. And hard shot there from Hewitt, and you could tell he really looking for that hat trick. And Idzakovic still battling now with his 46th save, and we should almost have a watch here. Will he get up to the 50 save mark? And here is Kolcheski, and there is Keane with the goal. 55 shots on net now. Power play goal by Keane. And very respectful of Team Black, not to do the customary celebration, just take care of business. Competitors are through and through, but winning with grace. And Blue will be taking a loss, of course, with grace. Everybody having an opportunity to win their last game tomorrow. That's all that really matters. And another save. And Fraser, can't believe he missed on that one. So up to 56 shots on net. And Idzakovic has stopped 48 of them. Both his starts against Team Black and Team Red, Idzakovic, and so he will have seen an awful lot of rubber. Both teams having a lot of success in the tournament putting the puck behind the net. And we're now in the last minute of play. And here comes Brisebois. He's got a goal already. Wants to get another one. Got 2 in the tournament. And now we're going to get a pile up with 30 seconds to go. And there is Shell, and he gets it out in front. Back to Brown. Brown just trying to funnel it towards the net, and it gets up in the far corner. And there we go. Brisebois. A little bit of icing on the cake there for him. That's his 3rd goal of the tournament. And maybe a little bit of a lift for Team Blue. A little bit of last goal momentum going into tomorrow. Down to 15 minutes. Stay tuned for the 3 stars and the Grit and Grind Award. Florent coming up from his defensive position. Chesney with the shot, and it will go down as a decisive Black victory here. Black building some momentum. And Team Blue and Black line up for the handshakes. And we will have enough time tonight to hand out the individual awards before we turn the lights out. And turn the page on this 3rd day of the Up My Hockey Weekend Experience, day 2 of competition. And now we're down to 2 games left, the bronze medal game in the morning first thing, and then following that with the gold medal game.
It's time for the Game Stars Award, brought to you by Western Academy Broadcasting College. The Grit and Grind Award goes to number 15 on Team Blue, Kate Montgomery.
And Team Montgomery with the Grit and Grind Award. And he's looking a little bit worse for wear. I think he's favoring a shoulder there. He worked hard. So your Grit and Grind Award winner from Team Blue, number 15, Caden Montgomery, playing out of Swift Current. And stick taps all around for him. He's going to be a little sore tonight, but he will probably get a little bit of rest and he'll be ready to go. Ritchie Brothers 3 stars now. 3rd star being announced. Team Black, 2 goals, number 8. Koscheck with the 3rd star. And so Keaton Koscheck, the Martensville product. Pardon me, Keaton Koscheck. Yeah, the Martensville product with the 3rd star. Team Black with the 2nd star as well.
With 2 goals as well, number 17, Jordan Hewitt.
And that'll go to Jordan Hewitt, number 17. And it was his 2 goals probably that were the backbreaker perhaps in that contest. Team Black getting the 3rd star, number 15. 13, Brecklin Berry. And no arguments on any of those presentations. Black dominant in that game. You got to admire Blue. They have taken their licks and they will be competitive in that game tomorrow in the bronze medal game. But Team Black going to get an opportunity to play for the championship trophy in that after mid-morning or late morning gold medal game. Be sure to tune in. 8:15 is when the action starts tomorrow.